What's up, party people? Hey,
Howdy.
I'm Callie,
I'm Ty.
and this is Two Truths and a Crime.
Oh my. It is. Two truths and a crime.
Yeah, no, what if I had Tourette's and I was every time? Should that be our intro? I'm like, Two Truths and a
Everyone with Tourette's hates you right now. They're like, you're a moron.
Whatever, dude. I love me a good little tick. Anyways, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah? How was that first episode for you?
It was good. It was fun. It was I hate that there's not like a conclusive conclusion.
Ty and I were joking earlier that if Michael goes to parties, he could use that as a party trick or just a topic of conversation. Like, I have had 2 women in my past that have fallen off of a staircase.
2 truths and a lie right there. He might win.
That's so true. Yeah.
My ex-wife was attacked by an owl in the back of the head, and that's how she died. At the talons of an owl.
Oh my gosh. Came swooping from the attic.
Right? Whether he was guilty or not, I don't know.
Okay, but listen, barn owls are actually so terrifying when they're first born because
they have no
feathers.
They're so cute.
And I
love little owls.
They look like aliens.
I know, they're big, long, lanky legs, and they're all spooked.
I know.
They're cute.
Okay, speaking of owls, you know how in every podcast they usually have an intro and it's something lighthearted or the highlight of their week?
I don't know. I don't listen. I'm not a podcaster, guys.
Well, you are now.
I'm here, but I don't listen to any.
Okay.
I'm in it's straight up imposter right now.
No, you're doing so good. But they do usually do an intro of just the highlight of the week or something. So I thought it would be really fun if you every week showed us a meme or a reel that you love, and then we'll post it on our socials so that other people could just kind of bond with us, because also you guys don't know who we are. We have to sort of earn your good graces.
Y'all don't want to see my memes.
No, I think they do. No, but I get to pick the first one because I'm just barely telling you this. There's this reel that Ty sent me, and it's is it of a little owl? So the owl fell out of a tree or something?
No, I think it got stuck inside of a tree. It was a very tiny owl. I think it got stuck inside a tree, and due to I don't know, heat exhaustion, malnourishment, lack of water, its brain kind of got messed up, and so it doesn't have at least according to the people posting it, it doesn't quite have its survival instincts anymore.
Yeah.
And so
it doesn't know what's dangerous and what's not, so it just kind of sits there and is tilts its head, right?
What's this?
Oh, it's so cute.
All the memes that you see where it's what my homie sends me at 2 a.m. and it's ridiculous. That's kind of what you'll be receiving. So apologies in advance.
No, literally, I'm if he's okay, you need to watch all the things I sent you.
Though.
I know I have to set aside a half hour, and he's watch it all the way through, and then he'll watch me react to it.
If I'm in the same room, it's fun.
I love it. I like teasing you. Anyways, okay, I just have to start with saying that this is the first night that our toddler is in a big boy bed, and so we should be in bed right now because we don't know what the night has in store for us. But I feel I'm pretty
optimistic?
Not optimistic. No, I'm pretty passionate about talking about this case tonight because it is fresh on my mind. And so it's fresh on my mind because there's the new Netflix documentary that just came out, and I have learned multiple new things about it, which surprises me because it is the case, Ty, that got me into true crime.
Oh, really?
Way back in the day, yeah.
This is ground zero for you.
Yes, so it's a nice second episode. So can you guess maybe what it is?
No, not the slightest.
I was, I think, 12.
Oh.
When this happened.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay. Well, I know you said to steer away from kids and kidnapping, but
we're doing it anyways.
No, but it has a nice ending.
Maybe.
So I figured you would like it, and it's very close to home.
Okay.
Does that give you any more hints?
Elizabeth Smart?
That's right.
Nailed
it. Yep, we're doing
any high profile thing here.
It's just Elizabeth Smart. Yeah. So the kidnapping of Elizabeth Smart. do you know a lot of the gist of it, or like, do you
Yeah,
remember
I
when it
absolutely.
happened?
Oh yeah, I mean, you had to be under a rock to not know what was happening. Even at least if you were here in Utah,
Yeah.
it was huge. It was everywhere. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
definitely know it.
Okay. Well, hopefully I'll do some, curves and
Yeah.
things where it'll throw you off, but
Ooh, this might make the two truths and a lie a little more difficult.
true. But also I have to say this too. I know we like to do it at the end of the episode, but with this one, just the way that I tell it, I'm going to put it in the middle
Oh,
because
okay.
I'm going to tell like most of the story after the two truths and a lie, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So the case started in Federal Heights, which you and I are probably pretty familiar with.
Yeah, lovely place.
It's a nice, like very nice upscale neighborhood. And Elizabeth was the second oldest of six, so she was the eldest daughter. And she was 14 at the time, and she was really into playing the violin, just kind of like an innocent, shy girl. And I remember the night that this all happened. It terrified me to my core, and I can tell you about it more at the end of the episode. But it was the night, it was in June of 2002. Elizabeth was 14. She shared a bed with her younger sister, Mary Catherine, who was 9. And they were both awoken by the voice of a man. And Mary Catherine, she was so afraid that she didn't even want to open her eyes because she was worried that like the captor was going to see that she was also awake.
Poor little thing. Man.
Right? And so she like squinted and tried to see as much as she could like through her eyelashes. But she basically heard him say to Elizabeth, like, if you make a noise, I'm going to kill you. And so then she got up and she got her shoes on, and then they exited the room. So Mary Catherine sat there for about 45 minutes.
Just petrified.
Yeah, she was not only petrified, but apparently they had an alarm system in their house, but for some reason that night it was not on and it did not trigger. So she was confused because she thought, okay, well, I'm just going to wait and see if my parents get up, and they just never did. And so finally she went into her parents' room, and that's when she told them that Elizabeth is gone. They started looking around the house, and when they walked into the kitchen, they saw that the screen was cut from the window. So someone had placed a chair against the outside wall.
Yeah.
And it looked like they climbed through there. A couple interesting things right off the bat. They sent in quickly search dogs, and the dog caught her scent in the neighborhood, but then it just stopped at the end of a cul-de-sac. And so that's...
Car or something, perhaps, right?
Yeah, like
gets
maybe
into a
she
car
got
and it's
into a
gone or
car.
something. Yeah, because...
The interesting thing, too, is that investigators didn't even see like a scuff on the wall, as if there wasn't any struggle at all to get in through the window. So they found that very suspect. The investigators then had the family create like a list of anyone that had been to the house recently, because they were redoing their house. And so Ed, the dad, had a lot of contractors in and out. Quickly, the public noticed that Ed, the dad, on TV would, start crying, but there would be like no tears when he was crying. And so they ended up giving him a polygraph test, and did he pass? Did he not pass? What is your guess?
Think he would pass.
Yeah, he passed, but his brother Tom's was inconclusive. So they gave his brother Tom's like a polygraph because he had like some weird things on TV. Like he would say, there was like an interview where he was saying some weird stuff. He was like, we believe that whoever took Elizabeth like isn't a bad person, and that he actually likes Elizabeth. And this is actually an amazing story about an angel of a girl. Everyone has issues. It's okay.
It just sounds like a guy that's like, I get like the one side where it's like, this guy knows something. And then on the other hand, it's like, this guy just doesn't know how to talk.
A big key is that he hadn't slept in 5 days. So
I don't think I would sleep. Yeah, if my kid or even one of my, sister's kids were snatched or something like that, yeah, I don't think I could sleep at night. That would
be
mess me
rough.
up.
He's probably hallucinating at this point.
He's in a bad state.
Yeah. So
I think all of us would be.
yeah. So the first real non-family member suspect was Richard Reese.
Mm-hmm.
So him and Ed had a disagreement with the wages that were owed when he worked on the house. He was a contractor that had come in and out.
Yeah.
And so they quickly got a search warrant for Richard's house. And interestingly enough, they found some jewelry that belonged to Elizabeth's mom.
What?
In his house.
No way.
Yeah. And he also had a record. He was a violent, felon who shot a police officer in an armed robbery.
Yikes.
Yeah. And he had come, recommended from the church employment center.
Yeah.
And so that was, very alarming for the family to learn.
Trying to get back on his feet.
Yeah.
Didn't shake some of his habits, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hope people do.
Yeah.
You hope they change their ways and improve and yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So Ed, the dad, had actually given him a Jeep Cherokee for handiwork.
Okay.
To trade. And then they found out that several hundred miles had been put on the car right around the time of Elizabeth Smart's kidnapping.
It sucks because it's like, from one side, it could totally look nefarious. But then, I go off-roading all the time. And so...
he literally had the cops called on it. The cops came to our door the other day, this summer, right? And was like, there's just an abandoned vehicle in the woods. Are you guys okay? And I was like, oh my gosh, is my husband okay? He had no self-service. And I was like, guys, he just likes to off-road.
Yes, I mean, it could just be, totally nothing.
Well, yeah, but okay, here's the weird thing is when the cops were interrogating him, he was not cooperative at all. There's actually police footage of him, and he's just I don't know what to tell you, but not giving any sort of an alibi. So it seems okay, what are you hiding?
Something, but maybe not related to this case.
I guess. Yeah, so
oh, geez, selling off some of that jewelry.
Yeah.
Somewhere else.
But they did have him in custody. And on July 24th, there had been an attempted break-in in Elizabeth Smart's cousin's house.
Jeez. How? This poor family.
Yeah, so there was a chair propped up against the wall and the screen cut through the window just like Elizabeth's.
So now they're thinking it's someone who knows both of these families.
Not only that, but it couldn't have been a prank because none of the details about the case of how the perpetrator got in were even released to the public at that point. Wow. Since Richard was in custody at the time.
It wasn't him.
Yeah, the investigators were like, okay, well... we'll give you an opportunity to clear your name and let you go free. You just have to tell us what you did that night and where he drove the Jeep. But still, he would not give out any information. And so they were like, okay, well, this is the best deal you're going to get. So get this. Within days after that, he collapsed in his cell from a brain aneurysm and he died.
Oh my.
Yeah, freaking nuts.
It's always so sketchy when someone dies so close to
finding
being investigated out. And I hate that so much.
Yeah, and so Elizabeth's grandpa apparently was a doctor, and he said that Richard was hit over the head from Elizabeth, and that's why he died in his jail cell.
Oh, geez.
So he was
Convinced.
She's in the West Desert buried, and that's where all the miles went on his Jeep. And because he died, it's because Elizabeth fought back.
Yeah.
So I'm okay, that's actually pretty convincing if we go down that road. Okay, so you ready for the two truths and a lie?
Oh, we're here. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
we're
do
here.
it.
Okay. I don't want to make any bets right now.
Why not?
I mean, if you have any,
Sick
by
of
all
losing.
means. You what? I can't hear you.
Who? What?
You said what?
Nothing. Let's hear 'em.
Oh, yeah, it's because I'm sick of losing. Is that what you said? Okay.
2 crimes and a lie.
No.
What's this episode? What's this podcast called?
You're so dumb. Okay, 2 truths and a lie. Ready?
Ready. Let's hear 'em.
Number 1, her captor was arrested multiple times during her captivity.
Okay.
2, he was an extended family member. Extended family member.
Well, like 6 times removed or something like that?
We're all related in Utah somehow.
Ugh.
We all come from Adam and Eve.
That's the worst. Okay, anyways, continue.
Ty and I are 14th cousins twice removed, just so you know.
We're pretty far apart. That's a really far apart.
Yeah, but a guy I worked with, he was 4th cousins with his wife, but he didn't know. He didn't know until after.
You didn't know.
Okay, number 3. A detective approached them and asked to verify her identity and was let go.
Shoot. Man. It's 1 or 2, I think, is the lie. Did he go to jail multiple times? I'm going to say he was not related to them. That's the lie. It was number 1, wasn't it?
Let me know. Is that your final answer? Which one is it?
You kind of gave me a little something there. I think number 1 was a lie.
Is that what you're going to say?
You're trolling me now. She's learned things. She's learned from me besting her.
Studying your your
no.
behavior.
2's the lie.
All
Final
right,
answer.
final answer?
Final answer.
Dude, you freaking are the worst.
Does that mean I win?
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay, this is not fair. I'm like, either he's the luckiest person ever, which he's not, because we've tried to
I never
do
win
like
anything.
Yeah.
This is the worst. Any drawing. Yeah. I mean, clearly we haven't won the lottery.
Okay,
so.
but what makes you think that? Like, what made you pick that? Just from like your
I think just
knowledge of it?
possibly. Like, I definitely know number 3 happened. So
Yeah.
I could rule that out immediately.
Okay.
But number 1, I was like,
Yeah.
I think I might remember something about that. And then 2, I was like, that's broad.
Yeah, but like someone who doesn't know the case at all, if I heard number 1 where it's like,
That
how
would-
would she be captive and
Yeah.
her captor was arrested and her not escape, right?
These were better questions than the last.
Thank you. I have
Yeah.
upped my game.
Yeah, so
Okay.
when I actually don't know anything about the case.
But also
We'll see.
too, like I said, I know this case a lot more.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't have to think as much. Okay, so let's continue. So this is kind of from Elizabeth's perspective
Okay.
and what she experienced, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So when the man went into their bedroom that night, he held a knife to her throat and said, "If you make a sound, I will kill you." Then she got her shoes on, proceeded to take her out the kitchen door, up a trail in her backyard, because they lived right on the mountain. So they walked about 3.5 miles. That's a lot of uphill walking.
Yeah.
And that's where in the distance she said that she saw a camping tent, and quickly she saw a woman walk out of it in like a long white robe. Also had a mask covering her face. He quickly told her to come here, and he called her Hexaba.
Hexaba.
Hexaba, come over here.
That's crazy.
You've heard that name before, right?
I don't remember it.
In bed.
In bed.
That's my. That's
It's a
actually
safe word.
Yeah.
Not to like completely change subject, but this is eating me away. The hell was the sniffing dog doing?
Yes.
Because like he like I mean, had she like been playing in the neighborhood or something, and it just was picking up on that stuff? Because I mean, that's not even remotely close.
I know.
That's like you were way off, buddy.
Right, because it's like if you have no lead, you're going to think that she instantly got into the car when the dog lost the
Yeah.
sniff and lost the sniff when the
Lost.
dog lost, yeah, like
scent.
trace of her, yeah.
Right.
So, anyways, Hexaba.
Hexaba.
So
Stupid name.
Hexaba walked up to her
Yeah.
and gave her a hug and had her sit on this upside down bucket that was inside the tent and then proceeded to take off her shoes and her socks and wash her feet.
Oh no.
So then she also proceeded to like try to take off her pajamas and hand her a robe that was exactly like the woman's. Then she leaves, the woman.
As a 14-year-old.
I'd be like, what the freak?
What the hell's happening to me right now?
Yeah. It's
This
like
is crazy.
you're old enough to like know what's going on, but like young, a little more naive to like not know that there's like actual really weirdos in the world. The man comes into the tent and starts like rambling.
Hexaba.
And yeah, she basically said that like she was kind of like tuning him out, but then she thought, okay, well maybe I actually need to listen to what he's saying because I'll understand like maybe why I'm here, why he's taken me.
Yeah.
And so he proceeds to say, I now pronounce you my wife as God and his angels are my witness.
Oh no.
And then of course all the horrible stuff like, hey, we need to consummate our marriage.
That's so horrible.
She had a rough time that night, let's just say that. And then she just must have passed out, she said. And in the morning, she saw that he chained her, actually, her ankle to a tree that was nearby. And she was like, I promise, like, I won't run away. And he's like, I know you won't run away, but I'm just removing the temptation from you.
Oh my, this dude's such a crazy
Yeah,
zealot.
yeah.
He's
well,
insane.
Not
Obviously,
only is
obviously.
he, yeah, obviously, but not only was he crazy, but his name was Emmanuel, he said.
Of course he did.
That seems, like a solid name that he got not even remotely near the Bible or anything like that. But
No, not at all.
yeah, so Emmanuel, and they were commanded by God. He said him and his wife were commanded by God to kidnap 7 girls and that she was the first. And her sister and her cousin were probably going to be one of the 7.
Hence why the screen was cut in her cousin's window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing I can think of. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, clearly it was him.
Yeah. So he would do weird things too. Like he would go down into the valley and get food for mostly himself, but he would bring back newspaper clippings and missing flyers of her and tell her that like all of Salt Lake was looking for her, but they would never find her because he was with keeping her and, he had that power.
Yeah. Divine intervention.
Yeah.
Crazy dude.
So, yeah. And then one day she even heard her name being called, but it was like such a faint sound and it was in the distance. And of course he freaked out and like, kept her in the tent and was like, if you say anything, I'm going to kill your family. And so she just kind of felt like stunned, but just to know that people were looking for her, I think kind of gave her that like glimmer of hope.
Yeah. She's amazing, truly.
Yeah.
To have gone through that and to be where she is today. Like,
yeah, it's awesome.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's a rock star.
So her captors ended up kind of becoming like a little bit more lenient, and they actually went to a house party in downtown Salt Lake.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and they were all like wearing their weird like white attire and white robes and masks, and they were offered a drink. And the man, Emmanuel, said that he could have a drink, but that the ladies can't. And so the man hosting the party said that the man seemed like he had like delusions of grandeur and seemed very controlling.
We know that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And then he then like looked at the younger woman, which would be Elizabeth, and he was like, hey, what are you doing here? Like, this guy seems pretty controlling. And the older woman, Hexaba, quickly intervened and was like, you can't talk to her. And so he was like, deuces, these people
are crazy.
Are kooks. That's what he said. He's like, these people are kooks and I'm out of here. In the documentary too, she had said that when she first came out of the woods, it had been a couple of months and she had seen people and she was like, oh, this is where people are going to recognize me and like, this is how I'm going to get saved. But she said quickly she saw hikers and stuff and they were like so turned off by the way that they looked.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, actually, if I saw someone dressed like that, I'd be like, they're schizophrenic or they are really weird and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting sight. I mean, if they've been up there for months, you don't know how they look, how they smell.
Right. That's true.
It's just kind of like,
And what a weird
leave them
color.
alone.
What a weird color of robe to choose when you're living in the tent, like a tent in the forest. White,
Yeah, well, we know why they chose it, but I mean,
Yeah. And it's so crazy too how she was literally only 3 miles from her house for months.
yeah,
Fast forward to 4 months into her captivity. So one night, Elizabeth's younger sister, Mary Catherine, was looking through the Guinness Book of World Records. And for some reason, she looked at this picture of this really muscular woman, and the name popped in her head, Emmanuel. And she knew that that was the man that was in their bedroom in June of 2002.
something clicked.
Well, I didn't tell you this before because it was going to be one of the two truths, is that she immediately recognized the voice. She recognized the voice, but she didn't know where she had recognized it. Backtrack a little bit. Their mom had taken the girls school clothes shopping downtown. And there was a homeless guy preaching the word of God, and he was asking for work. So Elizabeth's mom gave him her husband's number. One thing led to another. He ended up helping Ed around the house. But little did anybody know that his main objective was to just find out where Elizabeth lived and where her room was. Because the reason they didn't think he was a suspect in the beginning is because he didn't even come back for payment. So they just thought, oh, what a nice homeless guy. You know, like he doesn't even want money. He just wants work. He just wants to do good.
I don't remember. Did they ever even consider him as a suspect?
Not until Mary Catherine had said something.
I mean, that's just crazy to me. Like that you have all these people coming and going and that you haven't exhausted that list.
Yeah, like that you already have a list, but he wasn't on it.
I mean, he seems like a pretty eccentric
guy
person to have come over.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. That's very peculiar.
Very strange. So anyways, once her younger sister shared this information, they had a sketch artist come in.
Yeah.
And they were like ready to release the sketch to the public. But the police said no. The police said no because they were afraid that if they released the sketch that they might scare the perpetrator away.
Yeah.
And or he would hurt Elizabeth further.
Makes sense.
So the parents still said heck with that. And they released the sketch on the TV shortly after that with like Crime Stoppers.
Yeah. I remember it, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, for sure. That's why it's like fun to like, you know, kind of go back. Because it's like there was such fear within my town. Yeah. And I know probably yours too.
Absolutely. Especially being like you said, like a young girl. You're like, that's me.
Yeah. Ah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like when I heard about it, that shook me to the point where I kid you not, the entire 9 months that she was captive, every night, I kid you not, I was so afraid that me and my sister were going to get kidnapped.
That's so sad.
Yeah, that I forced her every night. Once the parents fell asleep, I dragged her with me.
The parents?
Our parents. I like
when the parents went to sleep.
When the parents was asleep, that is when
drag the sister.
Yeah, the sister. No, when my parents fell asleep, I would drag my sister into their room on their floor, and I would make her and I sleep on the floor.
That's so sad.
But my parents got so sick of it that they were like, if we find you on our floor, we're gonna be pissed. So we had to be even sneakier. But I was like genuinely
terrified.
So terrified. And I remember the day that she was captured. I remember exactly where I was. I was rollerblading, coming home from Young Women's, and I was like, I've never felt so happy.
That she was found.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was like, I couldn't believe it.
And now we're here.
Talking
about true crime.
Yeah.
That's where it all started.
So a few days after the sketch was released, they got a call saying that there could be a chance that this man on the phone, it was his brother-in-law that they were talking about, Emmanuel. He said that it might just be crazy enough that his crazy brother-in-law could be involved because he was like very strange.
Clearly he's his brother. He knows he's nuts.
Yeah. And he said that he even had he knew that Emmanuel had a teepee in the mountains, but would never tell any of them where it was. So they had him send over a picture, and sure enough, that was him. So they were starting to connect the dots. And his real name, do you remember his real name?
No, some stupid name.
Brian David Mitchell.
Yeah, it's a stupid name.
Remember in the Two Truths and a Lie when I was saying he was arrested multiple times?
Yeah.
He was arrested multiple times because he shoplifted a lot because they didn't have any money for
Yeah,
food.
it's petty theft.
Yeah, so like there was one instance where he got arrested for stealing beer at, I think it was like a gas station. And so because he had gotten arrested then, someone had actually taken a Polaroid of him during when he was getting arrested. Where he was like wearing that long white robe and he had like a really long big beard.
Yeah.
So they took that photo and his name and they made flyers and taped it around the city. One of Elizabeth's family members actually went to a restaurant too.
Yeah.
Was like showing them the photos, and this woman was like, I saw him with his wife, but there was another woman. There was another girl with him. And that was like when it clicked, like Elizabeth could still be alive.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
yeah.
and this is how much I was into this case. Is like there had been rumors that they visited like the hometown buffet a lot, and I loved the hometown buffet.
I go there with my grandma.
Yeah,
so
and
often.
she even it was like rumored that she had like written like please help me in the bathrooms. And so yeah, I would like go there after she was like rescued, and I would just like try to like I don't know.
See if there was any evidence of that.
Yeah. It's just funny looking back on it now, but yeah, so like that was when the hope really started snowballing, and they were determined to find Brian David Mitchell.
Yeah.
Since putting out the information, one of his ex-wives actually called and talked to the family for like hours and just like told them how crazy he was. Like there was this weird story about she was so afraid of mice, and so he like got a bunch of dead mice and like put it in the oven for her to like discover, like just weird stuff. Yeah. And so a lot of people...
That's so messed up.
Yeah, I know. It's like, okay, well, love you too.
Bring out the olives.
That's what I do when Ty and I fight. I'm like, what can I scare you with in the oven?
Oh my gosh.
But
face your fears.
yeah. So there were sightings of him.
Yeah.
But the sightings stopped in October.
Well, yeah, you got spooked.
One of the only times that they went down to Salt Lake, they were so desperate for food, and Hexaba was so mad at Emmanuel because she's like, I'm sick of you going to get food for yourself and we're just up here starving. And so he was like, fine, you guys can come with me. So they went down into the city.
Selfish bastard.
Yeah, what is stupid.
Oh my gosh.
So they ended up going to the public library because they were trying to look up different maps of warmer areas because winter was coming. In the library, a detective, like a homicide detective, approached them and asked if he could identify the young woman. Do you remember what happened?
No.
So Emmanuel began to tell the detective that it's against their religion to show her face, and the only people that were ever allowed to see her face was him, which is her father, and her future husband. And so the detective, he didn't just say like, okay, see you later. He actually like tried to be like, okay, well, convert me for a day. I'll convert to your religion, and then you could just go on your merry way.
Yeah.
But Emmanuel just wasn't having it, and so eventually the detective just like let them go.
And did the detective know about him at this point, or was he not really involved and didn't really see any of the sketches around the city? Like, was he ever interviewed and talked to?
Yeah, I think it was like pretty known at that point. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, maybe not. I think this was
before
like Mary Catherine had
the name
had
and
made
the
that
face and the sketch and all that stuff.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I think it was before everything clicked for them.
Interesting.
So, anyways, after that incident, her captors got really nervous, and it was even more of a reason to leave. And so they took the Greyhound to California, and they ended up staying in like this homeless camp that was in Lakeside, California. She said that she didn't know during those months if it was hearing him preach his nonsense or being like taken advantage of.
Elizabeth, you're so cool. Oh my gosh.
Right?
You're just like, this. I'm gonna like off myself. I have to listen to any more of this douchebag's words.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, because he like
She's
thought
so funny.
Yeah, like he thought that he was a full-blown prophet. And she's like, yeah, I was like used to my family saying like, 1 minute prayers, like maybe two is like a little long-winded. She's like, but these captors would literally pray for 45 minutes to an hour every day. That was just the prayer.
That's a long time.
Yeah. And like in an interview, she was even asked like, okay, what did you guys do around camp all day?
We prayed.
And she's like, yeah, it
all
was like
day.
they just had like their scriptures and that was literally it. And they would just like bicker and argue. And apparently Hexaba was like pretty like jealous at times of Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Because she was supposed to also be Hexaba's like handmaid. That was like her role. And so she said that sometimes she would try to cater to like Hexaba's opinion if they were in a fight, because there was a chance that maybe she wouldn't be as jealous and that she would like maybe take Elizabeth's side.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth was like slowly trying to like play their game, which leads me into this cool play. So obviously Emmanuel thinks he's a prophet. He thinks he's just like the greatest thing ever. And so she decided to play on his ego by saying like, listen, I know that God would never speak to me. Like, I am nothing. I am like, he would never speak to me. But it's just the weirdest thing. I feel as though he really wants us to go back to Utah, because she had overheard them having a conversation talking about how they were going to move to the East Coast.
Yeah.
And she was like, if we get out of the West Coast area, the likelihood of me being found is like never gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, listen, God would never speak to me, but I know that you are God's prophet. And so if you could just ask him for me, I bet he would tell you the answer. And almost immediately he was like, God is working through you, Elizabeth, and this is the right answer. And you know what? You are right. Like I am so glad you're seeing the light. We are going to go back to Utah.
What a legend.
Right? And like, this is where I feel like he is not as mentally ill as a lot of people think, because when they were going back, they had no money. So they had to hitchhike. And he was smart enough to know no one is going to pick us up if we are in these robes. And so they dressed in normal clothes to be able to get back to Utah.
What?
Yeah. So they were like, it's almost...
I think that proves that he is mentally incapable.
Really?
Yeah.
To me, that's just like a form of manipulation where I'm like, yeah, like if this really was your religion and if you really did believe that you were the prophet, then I feel like you would have enough faith to know that a hitchhiker would know you're a man of God and that would like take you to Utah.
Who knows? Yeah, he's off his rocker in so many ways.
Right? He's a freaking freak. So
they're on their way to Utah.
Yeah, so they're on their way to Utah. They make it to Sandy, Utah.
Road trip. Sandy, let's go.
Yeah. And
good times in Sandy.
He was trying to take them quickly into the mountains where their camp was. Yeah. Because he didn't want anyone to find her ever again. Mm-hmm. But at this point, the investigation had ramped up in Utah because there were flyers out looking for him. And, it was all over the news. But because they were homeless, it's like they didn't have access to that. So literally, I think it was like within that same hour that they got dropped off in Sandy, the police got a call of a possible sighting of Elizabeth Smart and the Emmanuel guy that everyone has been looking for on State Street in Sandy. Like,
yeah, it's like, what?
Yeah, like such a popular street. Yeah. And because they weren't in their robes and their attire, the religious cover-up wasn't going to hold up.
Exactly.
The police officer talks about how they did have somewhat of a disguise. Like Elizabeth actually had like a wig, and it was pretty obvious that it was a wig.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Continue.
and they also said like her answers like weren't really making a lot of sense. So the police officer decided to pull her separately aside, but they were only about 10 feet away. And so he's like, "Hey, listen, there's a girl that's missing and wouldn't she want to be with her family again and stuff?" And like in her mind, she's like, "Okay, my captors are literally 10 feet away from me. And like, what's to say that they won't let me go again like the last detective?" And so I have to be very careful with what I say because I don't want to harm myself by being like, "Yes, I'm Elizabeth, like take me home." And then because they were like very interrogating when they were asking her, like they weren't
Yeah.
like, "This is safe, you can come home," or whatever. Like they were like
That's
very
interesting.
like questioning her. Yeah.
Wow.
And so I don't know, but she just like didn't feel safe.
Mhm.
And so he was like, the police officer was like, "Okay, just can you please tell me yes or no? Are you Elizabeth Smart?" And she said that she tried to come up with the safest answer.
Yeah, her mind is so warped from
Right.
all that time. It must have been really confusing and difficult.
Yeah, and she was like so controlled, and like
Yeah.
the whole 9 months that she was captive, they tried to like wipe her identity. They were like, "You are not Elizabeth." They actually gave her a new name, but I can't remember what it was. And so they would only call her by her new name, and they wouldn't say like him, her, I. They'd say like thou, thouest, thy. And so I think it was just really ingrained in her. So her first thought was to say, "Thou sayest."
Wow.
And so the police was like,
Okay.
"I'm going to take that as a yes." And he's like, "I've never heard anyone say that before." And so they handcuffed her, which I'm like, if she's literally a kidnapped person, like, why would you handcuff her, traumatize her more? That's like, I don't know. It seems kind of scary if I was her, going from like one day danger to like maybe what seems like another form of danger.
It's hard, yeah, because I mean, and the cops, they don't really know what they're dealing with either.
Right.
So it might be for everyone's protection to be like, okay, you need to be put in the cuffs and just like
Yes.
kind of put somewhere where like you're not gonna flail out, or if she's not in a good like mental state, like there's tons of possibilities that I guess we're not really considering, but
Yeah.
very peculiar.
Yeah.
So what happens after they put her in cuffs?
So they put her in cuffs, they put her in a police car,
Yeah.
and then they, arrest Brian David Mitchell and Wanda Barzy. That's her real
That's
name.
right. Yeah. Who could
Wanda.
Another
Hexaba
sh-
and Wanda. Yeah, what's worse than those two? I mean,
I like Wanda. Wanda's like the
Wanda. Like Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah. Where I was to say the Magic School Bus.
Oh, true.
Wasn't her name Wanda?
Yeah, like the teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a nice gal.
Miss Frizzle? Was it Wanda Frizzle? Or am I just making stuff
I don't
up?
know. I think you're right, though.
I have no idea.
But, so she really didn't think that she was like safe until she got to the police station. And it's so crazy because in this new documentary, it like flashes back to her dad's experience, that her dad got a call and was like, "Don't make any stops, just come down to the police station right now."
Yeah.
And so he gets down there and there's like
Oh.
policemen lined up, and they all are saying things like, "We wish you the best, like we're hoping everything is like working out," like kind of like giving him a wink, like Elizabeth is here, but like they hadn't said anything. And then the main detective was like, "Hey, we think that we got Elizabeth."
What a bottle of emotions that are opening up in Ed's mind.
Yeah, yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah. And so he was like, okay, like he just was thinking so many thoughts. And then he
Yeah.
said that he like went through this yellow door, and she was just, and there's footage in the documentary of her just like sitting on the couch, her looking like, she's got two French braids. And he was like, "I recognized the girl, but it wasn't the same girl that had left 9 months ago. Like it was like a woman who, has obviously like seen some shit."
Forced to grow up in an extremely quick manner.
Yeah, but she said that was the moment that she finally felt safe.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, and like I remember, seeing the footage of her when they first rescued her, and she had described how she was like very sunburnt on her cheeks because that was, in the hot California desert. And she had
Homeless
like
camps.
blisters and stuff, and of course her hair wasn't the same. And then yeah, she reunited with her family and they just like couldn't believe it. And like, dude, her little sister is a hero, right? Like had she not had that epiphany, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows where she would have been? They arrested Brian David Mitchell and they were showing interrogation clips of him.
Oh no.
And he was saying some wild things in the interview. Like, I even remember way back when seeing clips of him like singing hymns, like church hymns. And they kept asking like, "Kate, well, how did Elizabeth get with you? Like, you have to tell us the story." And he just kept being like, "She was delivered to us by God." and
How this guy still has kneecaps is beyond me. I
Right?
just don't get it. This
Yeah.
guy's crazy.
Yeah, and so he the best part, my
Horrible
favorite part,
person.
is he multiple times they were like really close, like they use a tactic where they try to get like really close to, you know, a suspect. And,
Oh yeah, like that. Like
well, maybe they're not holding his like knee,
his thigh.
but they're like, "You can tell us, you know, tell us what happened. We're your friends."
Yeah.
And he's like back in his chair and he's like, "Get behind me, Satan. Get behind me, Satan." And they're like, "Well, I am not Satan. I'm detective, whatever." And he's like, "No, get behind me, Satan."
I'd be like,
"Wow."
where?
Yeah, what? And you know, then they talked about whether the police believed that he was like insane, which regardless if he was like manipulating the system or if he really was insane,
Doesn't matter.
it worked.
Yeah.
It worked because, you know, he played that insanity card, and the trial did not start until 8 years after she was captured. And she was like, "I was so ready for it to be done. I didn't even care if I had to testify. I didn't care if I had to be in court every day. I just wanted to have an end to this." And so at the end of the day, Brian David Mitchell got life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Good.
And Wanda, you have to understand too, like, regardless if she was also abused or whatever, she participated
She was
in
a 100% accomplice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And like, she was evil.
Just as culpable as he is.
Yes. And so Wanda got 15 years, but
Yeah, I remember that.
she's free. She got let out, I think, was it last year, 2 years ago? And Elizabeth Smart was like furious.
I would be too.
And it's like, "Well, what are you to do?" You know, she did her time and whatever, but she's like, "This just doesn't seem right." And it's
Carry
kind of
everywhere you
scary.
go.
Yeah, like it's like I would be scared too if my captor was let out. I don't care if it's a woman, you know?
I honestly feel like if you are taken by someone or stalked by someone for so long, like I almost wish there was like a law in place to where like those people have to wear like ankle monitors for life or something.
Yeah.
And like if they tamper with them or they remove them, then it's straight to prison.
Yep.
But that the person who was affected could access that location, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like,
To like just know
Yeah.
where it's like a Find My, but like for
Yeah.
stalker.
exactly like,
Like
oh,
Find My.
goodness.
We should invent that app. Find My Stalker.
Find my stalker. Like it's, I get it. Like on so many other levels, it's like, well, that leads to some retaliation opportunities and whatnot, but which in my opinion are justified, but they're not legal.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Just to give some sort of peace of mind as to like, this person is not by me. It's not
Gonna
by my
mess with
family.
you, yeah.
Yeah. Because that is a thought that will never leave her mind, at least in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
Like that happens, you're always going to wonder, like, does Wanda actually, has she left that all behind? And it
Right.
was, you know,
It was
it
like
was Brian's deal, and she
right.
just kind of was along for the ride, and she doesn't have any skin in the game anymore?
Yeah,
Or is she kind of like, I want to finish this?
Yeah,
She
I want to get
ruined
my
life.
revenge.
Like,
Yeah.
that would just eat at me forever. So
That's a good point.
I really feel bad for her.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. But now Elizabeth has the Elizabeth Smart Foundation
Yeah.
where she helps survivors. She advocates for them. She goes around to like different conferences and schools and just like talks about how, you know, you can,
It's really cool.
yeah, like how you can survive, and anyone that makes it to another day is a survivor. And like, you know, she had a lot of shame around everything that happened to her because she was so young, she didn't understand. But it's like,
Oh, it's horrible.
it's so cool though. Like, what a turnaround.
Yeah.
That, and it just goes to show it like doesn't matter like what happens in your life. Like you can always figure out a path that is the upper hand. And it seemed like she took the high road, and like she's a badass.
She is. I mean, clearly she's got an incredible mind. She's extremely resilient. She's extremely brave. You know, she had appears to be, you know, that she had a pretty good support system coming home, and the decisions that she's made. I mean, it's better than a best case scenario in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if something like that happens to somebody, I wouldn't expect anything like that, really. And so that's impressive.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for her.
I know. And it's like, it's really cool that she probably is impacting way more lives than she ever thought that she would, had she just like lived kind of a Monday, like normal.
Mundane,
yeah. Life.
Mundane's great.
Yeah, I
Mundane's
know, right?
great.
I'm like, let's have a boring life, please. Let's just be here in our nice little nugget couch.
Yep, I like it.
Yeah. And let our kids sleep. And hey, if the worst thing that happens to us is we have to like wake up at 2 a.m. because our toddler's like, you know, just staring at us.
Life's so good.
Life is good.
Life's great.
And I'm glad that her life has turned around, and screw Wanda and screw Brian.
Yeah. May they rot.
Hexaba. I'm going to hex you.
Hex a bitch.
Hex a bitch. All right. Well, I hate that you guessed again. 2 weeks in a row,
Two,
dude.
baby.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to really I'm going to have to do something crazy next week.
Yeah, well, we'll find out.
Oh my gosh.
Get it again.
I don't know, man. We're going to have to make a better
We'll
bet.
have to make a bet this time.
Yeah. Anyways. Okay. Well, that was a good one, and happy ending.
I like happy endings.
Me too. I know you do. Just kidding. Okay. Well, we'll see you guys next week.
Tune in next week for
2 truths.
1 cup.
No.
We're cutting that.
But yeah, see you guys next week.
No, you're cutting that.
Break down, the windows boarded up. It's time now. Unlock the doors that shut. I'm a hostage with you in my head. I'm falling. Can't escape from the flames burning. Your eyes are a dungeon. Your eyes are a dungeon that I fall and get lost in. Earthquakes, my lips are trembling. I can't hide like I've been hiding. Your existence got me tripping. Oh, and I'm slipping in the deep of your love. Your eyes are a dungeon. Your eyes are a dungeon that I fall and get lost in. You were the only one I kept running back to. You held on just enough to break me. Didn't you? You were the only one I kept running back to. You held on just enough to break me. Didn't you? Your eyes are